So this is a discussion of Rowdy Purdue, fake student, and the thought process that he might go through in deciding what to do in the fall of 2013. He started in the fall of 2012. Those courses are shown in green. He came in with some transfer credit. Those courses are also shown in green, labeled as Summer 12. And he's currently registered in the spring of 13 and taking the courses highlighted in yellow. You can change the highlighting here. There are two highlights. You can adjust the semesters. It just makes it easier to look at. So if I wanted to see what's labeled Summer 12, there it is. Well, that's a little weird. I wonder why that English 106 is Summer 11. Okay, well, anyway, it is what it is. This data is pulled directly from my Purdue, your academic transcript on my Purdue. And it was loaded in as soon as we got the information that you're coming into Arrow. Okay, so that shows the current status. And basically the strategy should be to fill in all of the cells in the grid. And the recommendation is to fill them in from the top down, unless there's some reason to do otherwise. So the next row up, in this case, is very simple. It's the normal third semester. So you simply click on the Math 261 cell, and it's loaded in automatically with Math 261. You could take Math 174, and there's probably a couple of other options equivalents to Math 261, but most people will take Math 261. All you have to do is say when you're going to take it. Which would be fall 13. Of course, if you wanted to get ahead, you could take it in the summer, and that would be fine too, but let's say it's fall. You don't have to worry about the other bits of information there, because that'll be loaded in after you take it. It is important, though, that you enter the course exactly as it would appear in my Purdue. In this case, MA26100. You don't have to worry about that on these default courses because they're preloaded that way. Okay, so the next one in order is Math 265. And you'll notice that the semester now comes up preloaded as fall 13. It remembers what you last entered and assumes that the next thing you enter will be the same, which in this case is true. So now some people get stressed out about taking two math courses at the same time, but in fact in Arrow the only way to avoid that for most people is to take a summer class, which of course is your option. You could take either Math 261 or 265 in the summer. Next up would be Arrow 251, Introduction to Design. You notice here it lists prerequisites, CGT 163 and Engineering 132, and a co-requisite of the Seminar 200. Now, to be honest, the prerequisite of 163 isn't yet in my Purdue. The paperwork to do it is in process. It's being approved. It has been approved, but it hasn't made its way into my Purdue yet. But still, the intent was always to have CGT before 251. And in this case, there's no issue in doing that. If you come in and want to haven't taken CGT yet, but want to take 251, I'll approve it, um, but I would want them taken at the same time. Okay, the next one up is Aeromechanics 1, basically statics and dynamics. Aero 203. Again, that's not offered in the summer, so you really only have fall or spring to take it, and putting it off to the spring probably would not be in your best interest yet. 200 is the seminar, 0 credit. You meet once every 3 weeks. Sometimes it's canceled, so 3 to 5 times a semester is normal. And we'll talk about a lot of things there, but it's basically just information. Okay, so put that into the fall semester. Sometimes because of conflicts, people want to put it off to the spring semester, but it's really not desirable. Okay, now that takes you to 13 credits, and it would be okay to stop there, but I would recommend doing 16. Well, that's really your choice. By the way, let me change the highlighting to fall so that it's more clear what we loaded in. Okay, so let's suppose that Rowdy wants to do 16 credits. The clear choices would be a gen ed or what I want. Still not what I want. There we go, that's what I want. The clear choices for him would be a gen ed or a technical elective. Something to put here or something down here. Now, this is a matter of pure interest. Sometimes people come in with a particular interest in taking an astronomy course. Well, fine, you can take an astronomy course. It would be a technical elective. Why not a gen ed? Well, because if you look at the definition of gen eds down here, it doesn't include any hard sciences, just some social sciences and humanities. So if you want to take astronomy, that's fine. Put it in a tech elective box. If you want to take a gen ed, take something you like. That's it. As long as it's a subject in this set that defines gen eds, you're okay. If you really have no idea what to take, I would go with something that you're going to have to do eventually anyway, which is fill in one of these other rules. Probably the simplest one would be econ. The standard choices would be econ 251, micro econ, or 252, macro. And that's a matter of taste. They can be taken in any order. One is not prerequisite to the other. Okay, so let's suppose you do econ 251. You remember in MyPurdue it's 251.00. Okay, now notice that econ can be a gen ed. So if you're choosing econ 251, you need to remember to put it in the gen ed box. Let's make sure that worked. Yes, okay. So now we have econ 251, but it's also a gen ed. So we can fill in this box up here. And please understand, I am not advocating that you take econ. I'm just using it as an example. Okay, but we're not really done, because econ is a social science, and therefore it fills one of the 4 Gen Ed rules. You click on Society 1, that lists a subset of subjects that can be used, and that subset includes economics. So if you're going to take Econ 251, enter it in the Society column. Okay, and that brings Rowdy to 16 credits, and all of those credits are distributed in the places where he'll get credit for it after it's done. And everything is cool, and he can submit. Now, again, for you, this third button up here would say Submit to Advisor. You click that. You leave a comment when you click. And basically, all he would need to say is, something like, submitting plan for fall 13. Now, you could have done other things. You could have updated the student info, or you could have uploaded a copy of your resume. I just want an idea of what you changed. If you put in summer classes, you could say submitting plan for summer and fall. But say something, and then submit. The buttons you would see are not these buttons. They're say submit. Okay. Now he's done, and as long as he doesn't change anything after that to make the status modified as it is here, as long as that status says submitted, then I or another advisor will review it and give you a response, either approved, in which case you get your PIN, or changes requested if you did something wrong. If you follow these rules, there will be nothing wrong, and everything will go smoothly. Okay. That's basically it. Again, if you want to take, instead of a Gen Ed, something like astronomy or a math elective or something like that, then put that in the technical elective box instead of in the Gen Ed box. You can skip the Gen Ed for now. If you haven't taken CGT 163, take it. And in that case, you might also skip the Gen Ed or Tech Elective, because that would give you 15 credits, and you probably don't want to be doing 18, although it is your option to do 18. If you want to put a math class in the summer, that's fine, put it there, either Math 261 or 265. Okay, that's it. The third video will deal with a more complicated situation with Randy Purdue.